away. I was an atheist all my adult life.
Yeah.
And in 5 minutes I was like, fucking hell, we're connected to everything.
I'm no longer an atheist.
Yeah, I'm no longer an atheist. I'm not an atheist, and there is a God or a creator. That I was absolutely certain of, and that was what I got given. It's part of what I got given then. So I know that we're connected to everything, and that so the idea that we're living in some sort of random, chaotic, horrible, dangerous universe that could at any time, either the sun blows up, or an asteroid blows us up, or something, terrible, aliens will come in. All this shit is designed to kind of rob you of the truth and kind of keep you in a state of fear or low vibration. And that low vibration, however slight, is going to impact who you can potentially become.
Well, it's funny. What do you think about? It's funny because we keep you in a state of fear, but I felt like my brother. No, because there's so many. My brother was afraid to come here because he thought you guys are shills,
Yeah. I know. I understand that because on this journey you realize that who can you trust?
Like, I don't know, like saying just they tell you that because they think they're gonna keep you in this kind of cage or perception, and so you can't reach your Almighty God or whatsoever. Yeah. And if Earth is flat, maybe life is going to continue on, and maybe you're going to see things differently, but I see things differently in another way where we're all connected in a way, and we're all one, I don't need to know if the Earth is flat. I just feel it,
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good to have that spiritual connection. I think that's really what a lot of us lose as an atheist. Is, for me, taking on the science of Big Bang, evolution, all these things that I believed in, taking those on diminished me because it had me thinking, I'm a scourge, I'm just a lucky, being that got to be here, rather than there's some reason for me to be here. And if there's some reason for me to be here, I shouldn't be sitting on the sofa watching TV. I should be doing something positive with my life and contributing something back to nature, giving something back.
This is why you're doing the.
And this is why, because it helps to awaken people, and when people get that opportunity to start that journey of awakening, then they'll disengage more and more from this non-natural system, this dark system that I think most of us are caught up in, because it is a pretty dark system, and most people are just caught up in, I've got to pay the bills and I've got to do this kind of 9 to 5 that's been set out before me. And I think it's not like you have to even walk away from that.
I'm caught up in the system in a way. I'm less caught up than average Joe, because I work differently as a digital nomad whatsoever, but I'm conscious that I'm in this system, and I try to be in the system and be part of the system and take what's good and also just live my life I want, and according to my beliefs.
I think that's probably good advice for most people is, take what's good that you can use.
There's not only bad things.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And we're human beings. We live in a system. No matter what, we're going to live in a system because we create the system. We have a mind. We have a consciousness, and we live with other people. You live with yourself. It's already one system, and then you live with other people. So it's a different system. It's a different realm, and it creates a system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we need more people like you. Really positive kind of lights in the world. But this is what we don't get enough of, because people think very. Short term, I only have this life, nothing matters after it. So we tend to be rather excessive with ourselves and rather harmful to ourselves. La terra plata, Earth is flat. The Earth is flat, my friends. Sorry, I need to hit the crowd as they walk past. Earth is flat and not a ball. Balls don't float, and balls won't keep water on the outside. Water must be contained and will be level when at rest. You can do it on the microcosm and the macrocosm.
In a way, like if you want to get the attention of people, you can have a table and make them experiment like a workshop, to engage people, because people stop in they feel weird and they think you're weird, but if you engage people, I think
that's great advice too.
But you're doing the shit, I'm not doing it, so
No, I think we need to put it out there. We need to put it out there, and we need to obviously do our bit to, awaken. I think. There's a story of Jesus, a guy called Jesus, right? And the story he worked out by the age of 30 that there was a lot of bad shit going on in the world, and that in order to change it, he spent a few years going out there and telling people. And I think that we can all sit back and go, okay, I'm just going to work around the system, and I'm going to, but if you don't go out and alert your friends and say, hey, listen, there's something you need to know, then I think you're falling short of your true mission.
It's respectful.
We need to look out for each other because we are one, and we should say to our neighbor, hey, listen, there's something you need to know here, because it's an important step to liberating yourself
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell my brother, man. If you believe in flat Earth, go ahead, man. Like, join the tour. Join the tour. If they're real or not, join it.
Yeah. Well, we've been through. I've been on it for almost 4 weeks now, and it's been one of the most grueling experiences of my life. So, and I'm not getting paid for it. So it's really I put it all out there. My wife and my baby have been with us on tour, there's not much more I can do to kind of demonstrate that this is I'm sincere about this. I put myself through a whole lot of shit. My family don't talk to me in the main, or if they do, it's only pleasantries, because it's a very divisive thing. People don't want to really have. So if it didn't really matter that much, it wouldn't make people so angry. And people get angry, they shut the door and they don't want to talk about this, because it means that everything that they hold dear, all structures of authority, all books are tainted.
Totally. But it's not only for flat Earth, it's divisive. Society is getting divisive on many other subjects. It's not only politics, for example.
But that's by design. That's not by accident. You see, that's the thing, is that we live in a system. When you realize that, they could design my entire education and my entire TV, even Hollywood, and control all of that, they can do that, then they can certainly control how people are doing financially, how people are doing socially, how people are doing in their well-being, their wellness and stuff like that. There's lots of people who talk about how fluoride in our toothpaste is very bad for us. There's lots of people who talk about how chemotherapy is killing people, while cannabis can cure some of the cancers. So this is not by accident. This is not because people forgot the memo. This is not because incompetent government. The incompetent government idea is simply there to let you believe that they could do better, but it's just the last bad guy that was in charge, rather than actually they're designing this. They're designing the internal strife. They're designing also the external strife, so that there is never a time when the human story can settle down enough to work all of this shit out. And that's why it's important that people stop and really do their own research on this and go, shit, if this is true, then it means that everything that I've ever been given is very badly tainted and has to be reevaluated. And that's why I think it matters, because no matter how spiritual you are, even if you're a guru of yoga, a guru of this, I say to you, you need to know the true nature of your world in order to play your game at the very best level.
Oh yeah.
So there you go, brother. I truly think it matters, but you will only work this out for yourself. No one can force you there. And not everyone can see this. But the bottom line is that water is level. This is the bottom line, is that water is level, and that's a fucking huge hoax on people's minds to say, but it's going to bend eventually. It's going to bend eventually, and no one ever says, but when? When eventually? Let's measure that eventually. No, you can't do that. Don't go and ask that question. Well, we started asking that question and doing that test and realizing that we cannot measure bending water. And it means that they still, to this day, the government are continuing to ensure that people never really look at this truth of the world that they live in, and they continue to paint this Disney version of the world on your mind, so that, well, for a very important reason, they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't have made this up just because they wanted to control a few people as slaves. So, what's your name?
Steph.
Dave. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Max, so good of you to come down, brother. Yeah, both of you are brothers, of course. But
For your tour.
Cool.
Where's the tour bus?
Tour bus is just over there, actually. I'm trying to keep an eye on it because we're parked in a no parking area. So obviously we don't want to get towed away. Alexander and Andrea, my little boy and my wife, are on the bus as we speak. He was sleeping, so he's not here right now. But yeah, this is Lisa, as you know. Have you met Lisa?
No.
And Jack, this is a Flat Earth brother, and he came to see us. Well, this is the brother of the brother. This is the. Oh, my coffee's got cold.
Oh yeah, awesome. Every time that someone comes, it's more powerful.
But it's, for me, if Earth is flat or round or square or triangle, I'm trying to be stupid at the same time, because I'm trying to make stuff easy, simple to understand. Either way, Like,
I recognize
for me, just to know it's true, like if you intellectually explain to me, I'm going to be like, I'm not smart enough. For me, I'm not smart enough to understand. I can understand like the water is level. How do you say?
Yeah, level and flat.
Level, yeah, and flat. I can understand this. But the thing is that you've got so many parameters on the globe, like different forces whatsoever, that we taught you at school. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, right?
Taught you to believe, yeah.
But for me, it's too much of a headache to really understand. And I don't believe I have the capacity, even though you're going to tell me, yes, you do have the capacity. Okay, whatever. But
You do.
For me, just believing is seeing. So if you put me on a tower somewhere and I see the curvature or flat, okay, okay, yeah, okay, bro.
Okay, so we've done a lot of things where we've taken high altitude balloons with cameras up. Sometimes they take a fisheye lens up, and the fisheye lens makes everything look like a ball. Take a regular camera lens up, and everything looks level. And the highest we've been is about 120,000 feet, and up there it's all level. So we can't show any, I know
How come
ISS...
all the pictures are like curved? Is everyone lying? How come all the scientists, the astronauts, the airplane flyers, the pilots,
They
whatever,
don't... okay, in the main, I don't
are they
think that
fucking
people
stupid?
know.
You're telling me they're stupid?
No, I think the astronauts are all sort of secret society type guys who have to keep a secret. That's what I think on that. They know that they're deceiving people. They know that they're acting. But not very many people have to know. But the pictures, by the way, NASA admit they're all cartoons. They're all images drawn by hand or by computer generation. And that's what they give us. They don't actually give us photos, a camera going click, here's the Earth in space. They don't do that.
And the pilots?
Which pilots? Airline pilots.
That's what you said.
Well, airline pilots. Yeah, airline pilots are mixed actually. There are quite a few
images of satellites of the round Earth.
Hold on. The pilots. There's plenty of pilots who say that they know that the Earth is flat. But
really?
Yeah. But also on the other hand, there are pilots who say absolutely not. Of course, it's a ball, and gravity is helping the plane stay at 30,000 feet. But if it was going down at so many miles per minute, because it would have to be going round and round and round and round, you would feel it in your butt. You would feel the change of angle. But a gyroscope proves that we're not. I took a spirit level on a plane, and the plane sits with its nose up 1.5 degrees the entire time until it's ready to come down, and it comes down.
I understand your points. But I could disagree. I can agree with you. But because there's so many factors in life. The universe is so amazing what the fuck, bro?
Until you unpick all of these, you won't be able to. But the question you asked, which is so important, is the shape, triangle, whatever. So you remember the ball Earth. The spherical ball Earth is a model that comes out of an explosion. Yeah, it comes out of a Big Bang, an explosion and stuff like that. Well, the important thing about the Big Bang is that it gives us the idea that we're just a random stroke of luck, rather than some sort of intentional, intended design. And that's the very important thing. That's why it matters that we learn about this. Because everybody, as I did, who thinks that we live on a ball, we know how that ball came to life 4.5 billion years ago when our solar system came to life. In our minds we do. In reality, of course, we can't prove it. So it is a theory, but a theory that diminishes the importance or the significance or the intention of this creation. The intention that you were the creator of this world or are a participant in the creation of this world, and it's centered on you and us and so on, not just happenstance in the middle of nowhere and all bad things could happen. Hi guys, Earth is flat. Some information here. I got a flyer I can give you or a card. You speak English?
Yeah.
Good. Have you looked at this flat Earth theory yet?
I don't believe it.
That's fair.
I'm
fair enough.
interested
Okay.
to find out more about anything, I guess.
Well, my name's Dave. I'm traveling around Europe, just talking to people about this theory. We are taught to believe a lot of things. I've just got a YouTube channel and I film these conversations. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah,
but,
it's okay.
We are taught to believe in a lot of theories when we're very young. Theories of gravity, relativity, and so on, and how a ball can float in space and how water can conform to the outside of a ball. Yeah. These are theories that we can't prove physically. We can't do an experiment that will
I think you can
demonstrate.
prove gravity by dropping something.
Okay. Okay. But could we have done that? Now we've done that experiment. Can you do the experiment that shows how water is going to now attract to the underside of a thing?
I guess if you have something spinning in an extremely fast motion,